Today we are diving into a big question. Why does the doctrine of the rapture matter to Christians? Now this might sound like a controversial theological topic, but actually this doctrine affects how we live, how we endure hardship, and how we view Jesus Christ himself. Whether you're new to this doctrine or have strong views already, stick around because what we believe about the rapture shapes our faith in powerful ways. One common belief among Christians is the pre-tribulation rapture, the idea that Jesus will return to take his people out of the world before a period of great suffering and judgment known as the tribulation. If you hold this view, your image of Jesus is likely one of a protector, a savior who comes to rescue his people before things get really bad. The teaching brings a lot of comfort and hope, especially in a chaotic world. So I know that many Christians who, when they got saved, they received their salvation to be saved from hell, but also to be saved from tribulation. The pre-tribulation rapture was part of their acceptance of Christ. This holds quite a few issues, in my opinion. But other people hold to what we call a post-tribulation view. They believe that Christians will remain through the tribulation, enduring suffering and hardship, and that Christ will return at the end of the tribulation. This paints an entirely different picture. In this view, Jesus is not just a rescuer, but a sustainer, a king who walks with his people through suffering, rather than removing them from it. And here's where it gets practical. What you believe about the rapture affects how you live your faith, especially if you're in a place where following Jesus is already costly. Think about believers in places like China or Russia, where persecution is real and present right now. For them, the idea of enduring suffering and tribulation for Christ isn't theoretical, it's daily life. If we expect to avoid hardship altogether, we might be unprepared when suffering does come. But if we expect that following Jesus might lead us through tribulation, we're more likely to stay faithful under pressure. So why does the doctrine of the rapture matter? Because our eschatology, our beliefs about the end times, shapes our daily walk with Jesus. It shapes how we handle fear, how we view suffering, and how we trust Christ in uncertain times. Is he a rescuer who pulls us out of hardship, or a comforter who walks with us through trouble and hardship? We'll explore those topics more in the next video, when we'll break down the different rapture positions, the pre, the mid, and the post-trib, and what each one means for how we live today. Thanks for watching this video. If this sparked any thoughts or questions, drop them in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next video.